Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Darcy. First, whoops, got a new camera set up here. So, well, I have a new arm. Let's put it that way. Oh, and because I always forget to do this, although my face is a little closer to the camera right now. But also, I've got a lot of wind blowing at me, so I'm hoping. I'm hoping I can put the microphone where there's not a whole lot of wind going on. So let's see, that one's coming at me there, that one's coming at me there. Sorry, whoops. Trying to put this clip on there, put this clip on here. Okay, we can do this. Yay! Welcome to what I'm working on today, which is not a craft actually. No, don't go. I'm trying to organize some stuff. So I thought I would just have a little organizing chat for a minute, or a few minutes. So I've taken some of my flashcards that are not vintage. They're newer ones. And I'm going through, oh my goodness. I have 2 full boxes like this of fabric and lace combined, plus another couple, probably equal to 5 or 6 boxes, whoops, sorry, this size, with bits of fabric and lace that I need to go through and organize. So that's what I'm working on today. So far I've got a little pile of bits, which are from the quilt that my great-grandmother made me, where some of the squares might have had like rips or something. And then these are the 4 square pile. All the quilt pieces are going to go in one place. So basically I'm picking something out of the box and doing whatever it is that I pick up. And I didn't ever finish putting all of these into little squares. Where's my glasses? Sometimes I need glasses for this. Yeah, so yes, this is one thing I'm doing. Just kind of taking out this end bit, and then makes the rest go faster with my scissors. Just kind of pull it apart and clip. So I've got a pile of these working on, and when I get to a piece of lace, especially if it's a size that is too big for the cards I've already cut, or I run out of cards, I will show you how I make my cards. Stop saying these are some of the ones. These are like for the fabric, like these that are longer. And so I've got different lengths. Where's the smaller ones? Like here's an, oh, this one was a thick one, so there's an example. I've been using these for when it's really thick. Sorry. And these, I tapped the microphone, that's why I said sorry. That's probably really loud when I do that too. Oops. Might not be the best place for the microphone. I'm just trying to block some of the fans so you're not just hearing the whole time. Okay, you see this red fabric with the little yellowy things? Always makes me think of SpaghettiOs, even though they're not round. Just... And that's the only piece in there, so I'm pretty sure I'll be keeping that piece, because that's what I remember as a kid, is thinking that fabric looked like SpaghettiOs. When I put it on Facebook, anyone that posted was like, now that's all I see. Or yes, definitely. Or like my cousin or my aunt who had the same fabric in their quilt might have said something to the effect that they always thought so too. Because I don't know if Jen ever got one. My cousin. It was 19... No. Oh, no. Wait, I'm trying to think what year. Yeah. We probably all had one made by her, because she died in 1992. And my cousin was born in 1976. So, yeah, definitely. So, like, this one has giant rips. So, I'm not saving that. But even though these bunnies are, like, super faded, I love that fabric. And I don't want to lose it. So... I'll use my little pinking shears here. Well, they're not little, they're actually quite large. And cut them out. And they will go somewhere. they'll go in my pile and end up on something somewhere, whether it's on a project I sell or on a project for me. Kind of like the SpaghettiOs will be something, it'll go in something of mine. But I think but that's because that was the only bit of fabric of that. I think that there's more than one bunnies. So I like that there's actually a whole bunny on each one of these too. I don't know if you can see it. Whoops. Yeah, this new arm is very jiggly. Even though it says if you make it into an S or a Z or a circle, it won't be so wiggly. Well, it's not their words, but... And I have it in sort of an S. Well, I have it, you know, there's not enough of it to do a circle. I'm like, if I did that, my camera would be down here. So, and the point of getting the new arm is so I could have my camera higher. So now my light is over there. And then, all right, so non-vintage scraps have a separate pile. So just little, where are we? Scraps up to that size. Small and up to that size. They have their own pile. And then these are shorter strips that I'm not gonna put on a whole thing. And then this is not a very long piece. So it may, I don't know, it must have come off something. This may end up in my... oh, it's in that box there. I have, you know, like the peanut butter pretzels come in? One of those. I actually have two. And then I need to get my boys some more. Excuse me. I need to get my boys some more peanut butter pretzels so I could have another one. I wash them out really good so that there's no peanut butter. I use the, you know, Dawn gets the grease out kind of a deal. And, so... For now, I think I'm just gonna do that for right now, just for that. And then pieces this size. Sorry, microphone moving. I need to put the mic, I don't know. Don't know what to do with the microphone. Alright, so more this size. These were in a grouping from Tuesday morning. The Tuesday morning up in Sterling is closing, but I don't want to go to Sterling. I'm sure they have some real... Well, probably most of their going out of business sales stuff is gone anyway. So this kind of doesn't seem worth it. See, this one's got rips and stuff. But either I'll cut it when I get to it, or I'll layer another piece of fabric over like that. So I won't cut that up quite yet. Same with that one. So I love this. I don't know why. And I love that. I love so much fabric in here that I love. And I've seen some other vintage quilts that have similar fabrics. Like piece of quilt that I got from Jessica Rapp when I purchased some fabric had this fabric in it. So when I see fabrics, and I'm just going to leave this little piece on there because it's cute. So when I see quilts that have fabrics that I recognize from my old quilt, then I'm like, okay, I definitely know that that is vintage. And I'm pretty sure this one's vintage too, because I think all the stuff that Jessica Rapp sent was vintage, and that was one of the pieces from her. So that's going in the vintage pile, and that goes in the newer, bigger pile. This is a newer piece, so it goes in that small pile. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just, that was a piece from Jessica, so that's probably vintage. And right now I'm on, and these are going in a separate place, and I'll do those on another day because I don't have the patience to do all that all in one day. I'm really sad that this one's, yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do with that one yet, but I'm just putting that pile for now, and I'll deal with it later because I've got enough to deal with today. This one, this box must mostly have quilt pieces in it, or fabric anyway. And then, like this piece, I guess I'll put it here, even though it's got that rip in it. And what's this one? Oh, this is a really wide piece of, so this it was a bed skirt that I got. It was new, but it was at a thrift store, so it was new, so it was like $4. So this is from that part of the bed skirt that goes under the mattress. So it's nice, thin, flat sheer. So this is what I've been using to put on the backs of, this one's still, I haven't sewn any of these yet. My fabric snippet thingies. So they go on the back of that. And this piece keeps coming off of this. And I may make one of these during the video today. We'll see. We'll see how high my pile gets. Alright, I'm going to stick this one. Even though I already have one of a smaller one, it's already so thick though. Yeah, I'll have to somehow keep all these together so maybe I could just put them in a plastic bag instead. I don't know which way I've been going. I've been going this way, I think. It's kind of more natural to wrap it one way than the other. And this card just ended up being cut longer. And I think most of these cards will fit standing up like this. Oh, not with that though. That makes it a little too tall. If I find another, sorry. Alright, I'll make a loud noise. There, just wanted to get a few of those out of there so I could stop doing that while the microphone's over there. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I have a box that's this high. So these fit just right. If they have the flat, but if they have the bulldog clip, they're going to be a little tall. And I'm trying to alternate, like, you know, if I do that bulldog clip to there and this one to here. But I have a bigger basket also, which is taller and has no cover, which is probably what's going to end up getting used anyway. And just sitting on a table over to the side there. So I'm not quite sure what to do with this piece yet. I haven't come across pieces this size yet. Oh, except for my wedding dress lace, which was like super long. So I just I put it on a card just so I could keep something hard in there so it doesn't wobble all over, and then just put a headband around there to hold it. So this was from the bottom of my wedding dress. Yes, some people cut their own hair during quarantine. I cut my wedding dress. Because that's the way I roll. That's just how I roll. That's how we roll in the Shire. I always thought that looked like, it reminded me of a shark. I mean, I don't know what it's, I guess it's a flower. I don't know what it's supposed to be. It's weird. Just a weird vintage fabric. And I'm pretty sure she just used up scraps. Most of the squares coordinate, and then once in a while, they're like these. And I'll probably end up cutting that up. But for now, it's going in that pile. And this one's already started to be cut up. Isn't that fabric pretty? So. And then I think I had ordered like, you know, on Amazon they have like, you know, like 50 pieces of fabric for, I don't know, like $7.99 or something like that. And I made the mistake of buying it based on the first few pictures, which were not a good, actually did a review. The pictures, the last couple pictures were a better representation, but who looks at the last pictures, you know? So, like, well, this piece wasn't so bad, and then I tea-dyed that one. But the other pieces were more like this. And just the quality of the print isn't good, and it's just... So, and these are the better ones. They're just really bright, and some of them are not small. And there are a lot of polka dots in that picture. I did not get one polka dot. So I was, yeah, they did not get a very good review from me because of that. I was very disappointed. I just wanted, I didn't have a lot of fabric yet at that time, I don't think. And I just wanted to make snippets, you know. It's so tiny now. Sometimes, if I want to keep any of the fabric, I gotta make it pretty small. Such is life. C'est la vie. Alright, see how that pink goes with that, and there's blue? I'm gonna leave that one attached. And then sometimes I do leave this folded, I mean, you know where the stitches are, which I might do with that one. I don't know, I'm random. So random. There's a lot of in the quilt, so I guess in the 60s or 70s, they really liked their blue roses. You would be surprised how much of it how much of my quilt, well, the whole backside was pink with blue roses. Ugh, did I drop? Oh, that piece somehow got back over here and I almost threw it away. Alright, now we have another piece of this. Is it the same length? Yep, it is. I'm going to have to find another way to, because I don't want to have a bunch of different you know, places to put this, but I don't know. So this is what I use for the back of those fabric rolls. And then I also use the sticky crap. That's what Clint on the Rambling Crafters calls it, sticky crap. I wonder if they have binder clips larger than this. Well, so far that one still works. Let's see, that one's wider, but still wider than that, and almost as well. So these might just go in a Ziploc. These all might end up in a Ziploc bag together. Oh, got another one that's not cut yet. So, let's see. Is anything going on around here? My husband's, it's Monday, and every other Monday my husband helps out at the food pantry. They're doing drive-through still. We are in phase 2 of everything, and you know, one time it says, you know, our numbers are not going up, they're just kind of staying steady, and then another time they come out saying our numbers are rising, and I'm just like, you know what? The graph someone in Massachusetts showed me showed Virginia was holding steady, and then Virginia's trying to tell me the numbers are going up. I just don't want another full-on quarantine. It wasn't any better having people line up outside for hours than going in, getting their stuff, and coming out. I'm okay with phase 2 for a little bit, but if it's going to stay like this, they need to do something for people. My son's back to working, but not the 30 plus hours he was working. He's basically working 3 hours a week, which fortunately still qualifies him for some unemployment and the CARES Act, which I guess ends this month. So I don't know. Could really use, we need a new car. Right at the beginning of all this, my husband totaled. He was in an accident and the car got totaled. He didn't total the car. It wasn't his fault. So he's been driving my son's car since my son, you know, isn't working, and he's just as happy driving my car. Anyway, I'm talking about Joel, my 25-year-old, who just got his hair cut too, by the way. He's so cute. Definitely got it cut short. Nathan, his hair is wicked long, and well, no, it's not the longest it's ever been. He goes a long time between haircuts. His hair's curly, and when it starts getting in his face, or if he wants to go outside a lot, then he will want to get it cut. But other than that, well, he's still not ready to go out in public because of his Addison's disease. He'll go outside for a run, but not out, except for the lab. We got to go back to the lab tomorrow to check his numbers, because he's been on a new, for Addison's disease, generally they prescribe hydrocortisone and fludrocortisone, and he was only on the hydrocortisone, and he was eating so much salt that all his food had to just taste like it was the ocean. So now with the fludrocortisone, he doesn't feel like he has to eat as much salt, and that was from Jessica too. And so I'm hoping his numbers are good, because his his sodium was on the low side of normal, but that was with eating a butt crap load of so much. I don't know what to do with this stuff yet. This got thirsty. I wonder if I can dye paper on that. You know I'm gonna try. That's gonna have to go with my paper dyeing stuff. Alright, and then this stuff I think I'm just going to leave in here for now. My idea for, at least maybe for my crochet, where is is it? I try not to hit the table every time I turn it. I can't find it. I just put that piece of fabric on top of it. These ones are adjustable, right? Yes, good. I was thinking I have 2 of these. I think they're both the same size. Whoops, well, that bag is... So I was thinking... Oh, those are thinner. If I could do like the cream crocheted lace in one and the white in the other. Because those are the laces that I prefer the most. This one is thinner, so it will actually fit in the smaller one. There we go. Just don't know if those are going to close. Oh, my son's home. Yeah, I think that'll almost close. If I use some, then it will close. So yeah, I'm thinking I've got 2 of these. So for the white, these I got at Walmart, not Walmart, Amazon. I think it was a pack of 5 or 7, or because I might have used some. But I like crochet lace. It's one of my favorite. So I'm gonna pause for now, and when I come back, I will show you how I make these without a template, and then I can make them any size I want. But I do have an envelope maker, and that makes my life easier. So I will be back in just a bit. Well, 2 episodes of Midsummer Murders later, and this is how much more I've got on my desk. And, well, one bin is empty. I think these bins are about 14 by 11 by 6 is what I measured a minute ago. So, and the other one, I guess it's about half empty. So I guess that'd say took me 3 hours to do about 1 bin full. This stack is, hold on. Whew, okay. Hair in my mouth, it was weird. Okay. Got that taken care of. Alright, so I've just been piling these up, and I have a bunch of duplicates in there. So what I'll do is I'll put them on a card in a bit. And there's a bunch of this. And this isn't everything I've gone through. There's stuff in the other bin and some fabric that goes in a different place. Don't want to knock that over. So let's see. This is just regular fabrics. Okay, these are some of the fabrics that were in that 50-piece thing that I got on Amazon. So that one's not too horrible if you're doing a baby thing. This one, I mean, look, his face doesn't even fit inside the border. It's just, that one's bad. That one I probably wouldn't use on anything. This one says www.com on it, so I wouldn't use that one on anything. This one, I don't know. I think it says SW and then like a space AN. That's just weird. So unless I fussy cut out the swan, which I don't think I would, because they're weird looking. I don't know. Not a fan. So that one I probably would not use. Then there's this one with the apples, the hearts, the bows, the bears. Apparently the bear's name is Miss Rabbit. What the heck? What? No. Now, this one's umbrellas, and it's got polka dots in the back. So it's not horrible. I might use it on something. Oh my goodness, hold on. Okay, that was just my son's sugars are up, and he doesn't know what he's gonna do. Okay, where is, oh, the fan's blowing everything, and you might have got a little air in the microphone when I got up. Sorry about that. Alright, then we have these little kidney beans with toes. They don't look like footprints. The faces don't even, they're like, that's just weird. This is what I paid money for. And then there's this one. Very colorful. Also, the color, the white, it didn't print right. Basically, these all look like misprints of fabric nobody would ever really want to buy. And then this one, be cuter if it didn't say peace and love. I don't have a problem with peace and love, but I just think it would have been cuter without the words. It's not horrible. I maybe would use parts of it. I don't know. And these little Teletubby bunnies are cute. They're not Teletubby bunnies. They just, because they have that big white part in their face, it makes me think of Teletubbies. But let's see. What does it say? Happy? What does that say? I can't tell what that's. I guess it says happy. I guess it all says happy, although some of them seem to be. Oh no, that one's upside down. Okay. So, I don't know. Also, not printed directly on the white part that's supposed to be. I don't know. I don't know that I'd use that one, but we'll put it over there. Oh, my sister likes monkeys, so this might end up in hers. They're a little odd looking to me, but we'll see. And let's see, we've got a little elephant and is it a dog or a hippopotamus? It is my good friend. Are you? And then in hi who? It doesn't make any sense. If it was like cute enough, I might use a little bit of the. I don't know. It's weird. Oh, there's a giraffe. I don't know what this is supposed to be. I think that's his feet. I don't know. I'll put it over here in a maybe pile. And then Minnie Mouse. That one's not so bad. And this one, the print is so big. Why would you cut a piece so small? And he looks like he's got a pee. So yeah, I would not use that one. And these bunnies, they're not horrible. They're also, I guess that was on purpose. Alright, so that one's not horrible. The sheep are kind of cute, although I like this part sheep better. They're just, not a fan. The giraffe's kind of cute. It says happy boy on it. Happy baby. Okay, happy baby it says. So if I ever do a baby, I'll put it aside in case I do a baby journal one. This one's a little fun. I might want to tea dye it. We'll see. Also, though, the white, they just all look like this prints. And this one, for a piece this size, it's all scattered too far. So I'm going to put that, and same with this one. And the hearts are kind of fun, so that one can stay. And then there's this. It says Paul Frank right there. It says one small monkey over here. And then a monkey with his ear cut off. Now, the polka dot part I might use, but I'm just putting it in the no-go pile. And here's the hearts, peace, and love in blue. We'll put it in the maybe pile. And we got some hearts and flowers, and still, I guess that one is smaller than the white. That one's not quite as bad. Let's see. So this is the kind of stuff. I don't know. Blue leaves, green. I'm not a fan. Now, this one says Barbie right on it. I don't want to use fabric that says Barbie on it. The apples, I mean, they're not bad, but the colors are weird. I probably won't use that one either. Probably won't use this one. And I'm not a fan of that one. I mean, it's not horrible. I have a plan for the ones I don't like. This one, if I coffee dyed it, maybe. This one I don't hate. Alright, this is just regular fabric. That's my fabric. This one I don't hate, believe it or not. I think I did try coffee dyeing that one. But I may try it again. Or tea dyeing it. I might coffee dye it. That's just a regular piece. This is just other. Oh, these are fabrics that I did the leaves on. I don't know if you saw that video or not. And these have little hearts. That one's kind of cute. And there was a polka dot. One polka dot. This one's okay. Although I have a but yeah, it's more a cobalt blue. And I have some calicos I like much better. And look at this. Oops. I don't know if you can see how far off these little dark gray bits are from the actual flower. I don't remember this one. This one actually is pretty. thin though. I mean, you can see the blue through the fabric. That one's not too bad, and it is nice that the flower is actually in the middle. And let's see, it's not horrible. Yeah, I don't think I'll be using that one. That one, maybe. That one, not too bad. This one, I can't talk. I already tea-dyed this one. And it really did improve it a lot. It also, I think, shrank it a little bit. Yeah, when it got wet, it did shrink down a little bit. I don't know how, yeah. So, and then this one, I obviously didn't hate it because I did use some of it. And that was a piece I bought a long time ago. That was a piece I got at Martin's up in Maine. Oh, if you live up in Maine, go to Martin's. Look in the fabric area in their remnant section. I got some good deals there. All right. So these ones that I definitely won't use, I was thinking about using them as padding in a journal cover. So they're about the right size. I could use like 2 or 3 pieces inside an envelope or some craft paper to maybe give it some, just something. I don't know. Let's see. Not that. Where? Of course, you know, I had all that stuff right at my fingertips when I had a mess here. Let's see. If I had like paper around it, what would it feel like? So it does do something. It's different, that and that with 3 pieces of fabric is different. So I was thinking about using those in amidst a cover, which an upcoming video I will show you something else I'm going to use inside a cover. Alright, I'm going to put this size in that bin over there, and then these were just some pieces that were bigger, about twice that size. Trying to make a little bit of room here. I want to show you how I make these with my envelope thingy. There it is. Alright. Haven't come upon all these yet. My non-vintage little scraps, which I have a lot of, so I'm really quite surprised I haven't come across them yet. Because of my vintage scraps, I got a good pile going here. Put those to the side. And then the pack that I got at Tuesday morning, some of them I really like. This one's okay. I like the pink ones more. That one's okay. Now, I don't understand the vast difference in those greens where they don't even coordinate at all. And well, this does have the same, and it did have, I like polka dots, so the polka dots were fun, and I like me some polka dots and strawberries, so that was fun, although that blue one didn't make sense in the pack to me, but that one's kind of not my favorite either. That one I liked. I think that and the polka dots and the there was some gingham that attracted me to that pack, so that's some of the ones from that. Love myself some ticking. I've got the red and the burgundy red and the navy blue and a brighter blue, and I have a bunch of this if anyone wants to buy some off me. I have like 8 yards of it. I was gonna make it into curtains and then I didn't, so that's on me. All right, let's see. So I'm gonna use these cards real quick. First, let's cover this because it looks dangerous. Okay, I'm even going to put it right here in this drawer where it belongs. Shocker, I know. Actually, I still don't know what to do with these strings and stuff over here. Okay. I found a different place to put my microphone, which is good. And this is so cute. That's off the bottom of some little girl pants. Yes, I find my fabric from everywhere. Alright, not working on close-up stuff right this minute. Oh, and then I was going to also show how I do one of these, wasn't I? Oh, I wonder what happened to that. Somewhere, I have one that already has the backing on it. Is it that one? No. Oh well. I know where I have some backing, or I can pause and find it. So, like I said, these are flashcards. Oh, sorry about the noise. These are flashcards that are not vintage. And usually I get those for anywhere from 50 cents to $1, $2 at the most. So I don't mind using those because, you know, there's like, I don't know how many in there. Usually a good amount. And these aren't even all the ones that I have. These are the ones that didn't fit into the packs that I made. So these are like 5 1/4. So I'm going to do these half size, which would be 2 3/8. That's the one that's, yeah. And the only, I have 2 of these on here. This is the new one. Only because this one's dull. And so it rips up my paper, making it almost look like it was torn. Well, now it's going to be smooth, but you know. Well, that's because that's cardstock. I mean, not cardstock. I know what it's called. Alright. 3/8. Is that what I said before? Nope. I did it wrong. That's alright. 2 1/2. So 2 5/8. That's what I was trying to do. But I don't have to go halfway every time. 2 5/8 is halfway. Or, let's see. Oh, I had some that were 3 1/2, which would give me that as a little one. And I went ahead and kept the, on the first bits I was cutting off the corners, but so these were time and money, in case you haven't figured that one out. The first ones were time, and I had some sight words too, I think. I checked the sight words because those are the ones I'd be more apt to use, but the sight words were 2012, so I didn't feel too bad about that. All right, let's do another couple. 3 1/2, 3 1/2. Is that what I said? I'm gonna do a couple 3s because sometimes my fabrics are all different lengths, so I just need options. That's all. Okay. And then, what is that? Dude, Where's My Car? Is that what that one's from? I've never watched the whole movie. Okay, 1/4 inch. So I'm just taking my 1/4 inch and rounding off all my edges. And then if you have an envelope punch, it goes fast and easy. If you don't, you can just eyeball it and just do the best you can at making a, or you can make like, go ahead and do the cutting and then just make a template for the corners so that you can just kind of have to figure out how to do that. Because not everybody has an envelope maker. And I don't even use it to make envelopes very much. So I'm glad at least that I have something to use it for. I use it to make tabs, like if I want to put a tab on something. So I like this because it goes through cardboard pretty easily. Oh, didn't even realize I had all these cut already. These are up here. Trying to think of which way. I've been doing this, this way, which is good, but if I wanted it to be wider, if I needed more wider ones, I could just go that way. But I guess I'll just keep doing what I've been doing. Oops. Okay, let me clean this out real quick. It says to clean it out often, but probably should have cleaned it out already. So yeah, I just opened that up and then close that back up. Got that out of Alright. I don't measure anything now. I come over here. I'm doing it this way. That's going to be a narrow one. I meet up right between the D and the E at the bottom of the D. Whoops. I don't know if you... Well, no, I'm not in the light. So this says guide. At the bottom it says score guide. And so I go to the bottom of the... Between the D and the E in the word guide at the bottom. So I think it ends up being... I just had a ruler, I swear. Yeah, about almost 3/4 of an inch to the bottom of that dip there, which seems perfect. So I just do that. That's where I use. That's my guide I use right there, and it gets it fairly even. If I was doing it to the E, and it will work like that. It was just a little bit I like this wider end here, so I can't remember. The other ones were probably, oh yeah, these are ones that I did to the E, so they're not bad, and they had they didn't have the curved edges. So if you do straight edges and match it to the E, wait, that doesn't seem right. What did I do? Yeah, match it to the E, then that, I think, hold on. I'm trying to figure out, oh, I know what's happening. Yeah, I think I matched it to the E. This is trying to go up because it's not straight anymore. I'm like, what in the world? So yeah, these look a little bit more spool-like it's a little fat spool. And then this kind of looks like a spool, but that's basically what you're making, is a spool. So that's it. And then do the 4 sides. Try to make sure I'm paying attention to that, because otherwise I'm not gonna worry about if they're all the same height or if they're all the same length. Now, if I do find that I want to use these in this box, then I will have to cut them down, but I don't know that I'm going to, so I'm not going to cut them down yet. Oh, here's one of the wider ones. I'm trying to, I had some that were cut down, but I'm not sure what I did with them. Then I would show you, but I don't. And then this one, I just didn't have one quite wide enough, so I just cut straight down from the edge, and that would be another way you could do it. So you probably want to make sure that you're in, oh, going this way, you're in at least 1/2 inch on here, so you could just go down, down. And if you didn't want to bother folding it across, you could just, cutting it, you could just do that, or you could fold it and then cut it, which will help you get a fairly straight. It's not perfect, but it would work. There you go. And it works just as well for sticking some fabric strips. That one's too wide. Where's all those fabric strips I had? They work just as well as anything else. To just keep them from getting all interspersed with each other. And you'll have less fraying, and lose less strings from your fabric too when they're put together like this, I think. Because when they're all stuck in a box like this, then they're just always, I don't know, every time you go through it, you're having more issues. So this is what I've been doing all day today, just here's another piece, picking something up and taking care of it. This was the other one I tea-dyed. So it didn't come out as dark as the other one, but it muted the colors a little bit. So I will probably before I make decisions on the other ones, I will probably tea dye them first. Wait, that's not it. Nope. Oh, they're way on the bottom. Okay. So, yep. And all I use, there's a little girl's dress, the bottom of the dress, but the top part was a little overalls. So I can't wait to use those on something. That goes with fabric. So this has been me all day. I've just been kind of pulling something out. That goes with fabric. If I pull out the fabric pieces, it goes a little faster because they're bigger. Although my fabric area is already pretty full. I don't know where I'm going to fit all these. Alright, let's see. Do I have... I was hoping that I could find one of these white ones that already has... No, that's alright. Probably want to show you how I do that anyway. Alright, and what did I do with my... I'm going to do a mix of those. And a mix of new ones, which I'm just going to take these out because I'm going to be... I'll have more options that way. I'll make sure that I have some ticking. So, let me grab my sticky crap. Which I knew where it was the other day. Where was it? I had it behind. Yay, it's still in the same place. Oh, shoot. You happen to know it's still in the same place. I can't remember if this is the one I bought new or if this is the one that I've had in my stash for a while. This might be the new. Yeah, the old one I had was blue. So I think this is the new one I got it at Joann Fabrics. Light Easy Steam 2 is what this one's called. Style number EZ2L5S. Made by Pellon. The magic in the middle. So I like to use this because I don't always sew it right. Because I like to be able to just kind of put it together, and then when I'm ready to sew them all, I will sew them all. So, I don't want it too... Where's my pen? Oh, here we go. So I take one of these strips that I have already ripped down. This was from that bed skirt. And it is... I don't measure it when I cut it. It's about 1 1/4 inches is what it ended up being. Maybe a little bit more. So, this one has lines on it. I don't need it to be all the way across on this. I really only need to be about 1 inch. And these grid lines are not, what's the word? They don't line up right. Like, I'd have to cut off this end and cut off that end to get to use the lines. That's kind of ridiculous. So I generally cut these 1 inch, even if my fabric is longer. So, and yeah, see, I don't know why they couldn't have done the grid lines from the end. It would make much more sense. So that's my one complaint, Pellon. Make the grid lines start from the beginning. Don't be making me waste my... But then I could just use this line as a guide to keep it fairly straight. The last time I was sitting on my couch and I didn't even... I was just hitting a lick with a stick. I was just trying to get it close. I was using the lines on the side to do it, so to have an idea, just kind of guessing. Because I don't need it to be perfect. I just need it to get done. So, you want to take off which part? Doesn't matter which part. Whichever part wants to come off first, really. Alright, so this part, the thicker part with the grids, wants to come off first. So I just stick that to the end here. So this way I have some of my fabric hanging off the sides. So ideally you want this piece to be more narrow than the piece you're putting it on. And I don't take that off until I'm ready to put my fabric on. Hope I'm blocking that fan enough so you're not getting a lot of wind from my fans, because it's 88 degrees outside and I'm being nice to my son and not having the AC on, because they're downstairs and it's much cooler downstairs. And Nathan, he's the one with Addison's disease, he gets cold easily. His temperature doesn't regulate as quickly or as well. So if it gets what I feel is comfortable, sometimes feels cold to him. And then he has to, well, he can go sit outside if that happens, but, or if he's outside for a walk or something, he comes back to the car and he's like, turn on the AC, because he's gotten hot and his body can't cool off quickly. So it's just something he lives with now. Oh yeah, I think I mentioned in the first part of the video about him being on the fludrocortisone, which has just been a little over a couple weeks now. He was eating his lunch today and he said, I didn't even feel the need to put salt on my hamburger today. Like it tasted fine without it. So that tells me that the new medication is helping his electrolytes, that he's not craving salt like he was and not feeling, and it's just a peace of mind to him too. So hopefully, you know, to help him have more energy too, if his body's not having to do all that extra work trying to keep up. There we go. There we go. I'm not going to worry about that end right now. Alright. I try to be random with this, but I gotta tell you, my favorite one that I've made so far is not that one. Oh, I don't know where it is. It's the one that has all blue. This one is a little more random. So here's an example of one that I've... Oh, here's the blue one. Alright, I'll show you this one. I did try to, when I was doing this one, I had like blue, blue. This one has blue and green, and then green. And that one had blue and green, blue, blue. And then that had... Well, it might have black in it. But then this color had some of that color. And that had some of that color. And I don't know. It's not... It was a little bit random in spots. Haven't sewn this one yet. So, because you never know, like, you're not going to use the whole thing all at once anyway. So you never know which parts are going to go together anyway. So, but this is still my favorite one. It's just all blue. So that's from my quilt. I think that was from Jessica. That's from my quilt. These are just ones I have. Quilt. Jessica. From the fabrics I bought from Jessica Wrap. This blue calico is one of my favorites. I like this blue calico as well. It's from a little girl's dress. This is one of my favorites from my old quilt. Just Joann Fabrics type fabrics or Hobby Lobby, depending. And then this was a triangle that came with Jessica's, and I just kind of did it like that. Which that was one of Jessica's. That was one from Jessica. And most of these are just new ones. But yeah, the one that was like all the different blues was my favorite. So, let's go out tonight. I need ones that are okay, this one was from Jessica. That's gonna attach to something though. Or, blue and red. Let's do blue and red, I think. So now, or it won't just be blue and red, but there we go. Take off this first strip. I just take off one strip at a time until I have some fabric on it. And I'm going to cut a piece of this. Oh, my blue ticking here though. Well, we'll start with that because we like that one. I like that one. And I know I should be a little bit more random. Here we go. This was from a little boy shirt. That was a little bit more narrow, but that's okay. And I think I'll do this one next. And I like to intersperse these with some of the ones that are a little bit stronger. Oh, I do have some blue ticking. There, come here. Oh, I'm stuck to it. Yeah, that's that calico I love. Right. And this is why I have these strips, basically, so I can do this. That's why I made them in the first place. So let's see. Maybe some of this one. Probably should add a little bit more red in here somewhere too. Let's see. Do a little piece of blue ticking. So you have this blue, and then I have one that is more of a darker blue. One I got on Amazon online, and I'll just keep that folded over, I guess. The other one I got, no, one I got at Joann Fabrics online, and the other one I bought at Joann Fabrics or Hobby Lobby, one of those. Alright, I said red now, right? This one has some yellow in it too, which will bring in another color. I love that. I want the stripes going the other way though. See, and now we're up to our next. Oh, and I haven't even taken out my other quilt. Next time I do this, I will probably, I bought a vintage quilt on eBay. I should go grab it to show. Let's see. I could use some yellow in that. There's another blue. I don't mind some pink. I don't know if you can see this or not. Oh, see, like this one, I can add to that thing there. Some green, more of that blue. Oh, we got this blue. We got the blue doggies, although I'm always sad if I cut up a doggy. That just doesn't seem right. So if I don't want that right next to, the red ticking would probably be good. Oh, that's ticking by ticking. See, I totally overthink it. And that'll be ticking with ticking too. Let's see. Was I looking for something in the reddish area? Or maybe just a piece of plain to break it up. That's not a bad idea. And a little bit of red in here again. Oh, my husband's home. So I'm just going to keep working on this. And then I'm going to, I think most people sew like 3 stripes down it. So I'm going to do that in a little bit. So that's what I'm working on today. So thank you all for joining me and seeing what I've got on my table. Tonight I will be going on live Facebook with Penny, that's her name, and doing mashup. Mixed media mashup is what they're doing, which is fun. And now I can do a piece of this. So, and I'm going to start doing some mixed media mashups on my channel. I'm going to make a list and put numbers into a number generator. I thought that might be a little fun to do, to mix things up. So yeah, join me for that. I was going to try to take that off of there. That doesn't work. Let's do... Alright, thank you all. Have a delightful day. My husband is home from a very, very long day. And I gotta go say hi and all that jazz. So I guess I better leave that there. Have a delightful day, everybody. Much love.